So far the microscope techniques that we have discussed, that was your SEM, that was your scanning electron microscope, and the TEM, which was my transmission electron microscope. Both of these techniques, they were providing us the structure of the nanoparticles, we were able to detect it. But both these microscope techniques, they were having certain limitations. The major one was that they were requiring the vacuum requirement. It was there in both the cases, right? Because in certain cases, if there is possibility that we are not having the vacuum conditions, in that case, that microscope techniques you will be not able to use it. Also, we saw that a fast moving beam of electrons we were using to strike the sample surface, so certain destruction was being caused over there, right? And one more thing was that you were getting the 2D images being formed over there. That means, suppose I am standing at this particular position, and the second other person is there which is standing at this particular position. So using that microscope techniques, instead of me, just imagine that there will be some sample particles, but for that this visualization, I'm considering I'm standing and some other person is standing. So using that microscope techniques, you were able to tell only that two of the persons are standing over there, but what is the distance between these two, you won't be able to tell. That means we were getting only the 2D images were being formed, 3D images we were not able to form it, right? So to overcome these limitations, a new microscope techniques we are having, that is basically called as the scanning probe microscope techniques. So we are here, you are using is the scanning probe microscopes, scanning probe microscopes. The major advantage of these microscopes is that it is gonna provide us the 3D image of a sample. 3D image of the sample. That means not only the vertical, horizontal resolution will be also there. That means all the three directions it will be covered. That means 3D image of the samples will be formed by using the scanning probe microscopes. These scanning probe microscopes, further on the basis of the materials which are being detected, have been further classified. One is known as your STM and other is called as your AFM. So now what is this STM and the AFM stands for? Your STM stands for your scanning tunneling microscope. Scanning tunneling microscope, or it is also called as scanning tunneling electron microscope. You can call it STM or it is STEM, which stands for scanning tunneling electron microscope. So this particular scanning tunneling electron microscope that we are using, it will be used for the conducting materials. That means the one that allows the electricity to pass through them. So this one we will be using for the conducting materials. On the other hand, the other one, that is your AFM, it stands for the atomic force microscopy. This technique is atomic force microscopy, and the instrument which is used, that is called as atomic force microscope. So this is atomic force microscopy. So this particular technique you will be using to detect the 3D images of your insulating materials, that is basically non-conducting materials you can say, or it is used for the insulating materials. So these are two of the scanning probe microscopes. So one by one we will be looking upon these two now and seeing what is gonna be the functioning of these two and how you can detect the structure of your 3D image of basically of your sample you can get it. So firstly we are gonna look upon is the STM, that is my scanning tunneling microscope. So this particular microscopy technique, it is basically a powerful technique which is gonna use for detecting the surface topology. That means suppose you have, this is suppose this pen, I'm considering that this is my nanomaterial, or its cap I can consider that this is my nanomaterial. I want to detect what is the surface of it. That is my surface smooth or it is the rough surface I am having. So if that is the, how is the actual surface gonna look? It seems to be the smooth one, but in actual there will be some of the roughness present over here. So what is the actual topology of this surface? For that, this STM technique it is being used. So it is a, it will be detecting the, it detects the surface topology. Surface topology. Topology. And it has a high resolution. It is going to provide you both the lateral resolution as well as the vertical resolution. That means not only the horizontal but the vertically also you are going to detect your sample. So it provides us both the lateral resolution. That means the horizontally you are going to detect your sample, and it also provides you the vertical resolution. What is the range of these resolutions? Lateral resolution is up to the 0.1 nanometer you can detect it, and the vertical one will be up to the 0.01 nanometers resolution it is there. Okay, so this is how you can, this will be the lateral resolutions, and the vertical resolutions you will be able to detect for the sample using the STM. Now how do the actual setup of this scanning tunneling electron microscope it looks? This is the actual setup of this particular microscope technique. In this you have one sample. So this is the sample that is placed. Here you are providing it. The voltage is supplied, that is called as your tunneling voltage. This is tunneling voltage, and these basically a scanning tip it is there, and in that you have these electrodes placed. These are called as your piezoelectric electrodes. Basically piezoelectric means the one that allows the current to pass through it. So these are my piezoelectric electrodes. Piezoelectric electrodes are placed, and this is the amplifier that will current which will be produced during the process. We will be amplifying it. So this is called as the tunneling current amplifier. Why are we calling it the tunneling current amplifier, and the tunneling voltage terms are